The battle for value addition has been a big one because there are lobbies that want to keep Africa as a raw materials producing continent. The battle for value addition has been a big one because there are lobbies that want to keep Africa as a raw materials producing continent. In Uganda, we have moved in some areas, a bit in textiles, a lot in the dairy products, a lot on fish, a lot on sugar, a bit on maize, a bit on leather, a bit on furniture and wood products, etc. What is true of agricultural raw materials, is of course also true of the raw materials of minerals, forest products, etc. Uganda discovered some oil about 20 years ago. Up to now, we have not started pumping the oil out of the ground. We're about to start. But the main problem was we didn't agree with the oil companies because they were saying that we should build a pipeline to take the oil, the petroleum, out of the country. Then I told them that I had a rumor that there were human beings here. Why don't we process this petroleum for these human beings who are rumored to be here? It's not confirmed, but there's a rumor that there are some big battle. They told me that oil refineries don't make money. So then I said, but if they don't make money, those who run them, why do they run them? Are they Mother Teresa's? Now, I happened to go to Iran. I went to Iran. When I went there, I said, you people, do you have oil refineries? They said, yes, we have 9. Iran had 9 refineries. Now, here they didn't want me to have 1, just 1. So because of those battles, it took time, but now eventually they gave up. We shall build the refinery and the pipeline also. And the main reason I support the pipeline is that it will go through Tanzania, my other country, so that they can get some share in our resource, which is theirs also. But that's why it's a very big battle. You can imagine somebody arguing, and when they made a calculation, the oil refinery here is very, very productive, very profitable. What they call the internal rate of return is IRR. It's very high, much higher than in other places. So that war of wanting to keep Africa as a raw material producing continent is a very big one.
Yes, value addition is the lead battle in the continent of Africa. So no one wants Africa to add value to their resources. They're trying to keep Africa to continue supplying raw material. As President Museveni said, better value additions in Africa refer to the ongoing efforts across the continent to process and enhance raw materials locally rather than exporting them in their unprocessed forms. So this battle is critical for transforming Africa's economies, creating jobs, and maximizing the financial benefit of its abundant natural resources. So we have seen some countries have already in battle. For instance, we have seen the Saharan countries decided to say no uranium is going out, no gold is going out. We are going to process our own resources. That is a good thing. But individually, these countries cannot perform, cannot succeed. We have seen, for instance, Uganda itself has suffered a lot of sanctions, and of course, they have also, Uganda has been removed from AGOA by the United States of America. All of these are just better of value addition. So no one wants African countries to add value, because they know if they're going to add value, it means that the supply of raw materials to their industries will face difficulties, and if they face these difficulties, their people will face challenge of jobs and employment. So from there, their economies will become unstable. But they want African countries to continue supplying raw materials for their industries. The time has come, I think, for we, the people of Africa, especially our leaders, to come together to see the importance of value addition. And of course, President Museveni has expressed the way Uganda suffered on the issue of oil. And of course, not only oil, in many sectors, when African countries are saying we are going to do this for the benefit of the people of Africa, you find consequences to those African countries. Some of their countries have been sanctioned. For instance, we know what happened to Zimbabwe when the late president of Mugabe took land from white farmers. What happened to Zimbabwe? The Western power sanctioned Zimbabwe, trying to make things hard on the ground to Zimbabwe, and finally Mugabe was removed from power by his comrade Mnangagwa. So all of those are just the effect or the consequences of the battle of value addition. But all in all, as I said, this fight should not be for individual countries or individual president. This fight must become the fight for all Africans in the continent and to those who are in the diaspora. So one thing that our leaders sometimes don't understand, why they are not taking decisive decisions. For instance, all of us, we know that value addition is going to create jobs. It's going to boost our economies. Why don't our leaders come together and say, you Uganda, you are the main producer of coffee. Can you supply the coffee within the continent? Yes, go and invest in your coffee, and we are going to buy coffee from you. You, Niger, of course, I've been saying this many times, you have uranium. Can you invest in your uranium and produce enough electricity to supply to our industries? Yes, go and do so. You, South Africa, maybe you have coal. Can you do so? Can you process your coal, add value to your coal, then supply electricity through maybe by using coal? Possible. You, South Africa, you have chromium, you have platinum in Zimbabwe. Can we join and come together and process our platinum? I think if our leaders can think like that, can come together and say, we have been in this situation for too long. We have been becoming beggars. We have been disvalued and disrespected by others because we are not coming together. Can we come together? And I wish even one day our leaders have to test, maybe for 10 years. Let us sign agreements that we want to unite for 10 years. Then after that, we disperse. Can we try even for 10 years? Let us sign a contract as Africans that let us maybe test, because we have living in this united for 60 years, more than 60 years. We have living in this unity, in divided condition for more than 60 years. But look, have you achieved anything? No. Still we are struggling. So can we try another 60 years to the United Africa? Let us try to unite maybe for 10 years. Then from there we can tasty. You know, sometimes you wonder when people are talking about, you know, we need to invest in research, we need to invest in research. They think about research only on maybe animals and research on agriculture, researches on maybe technologies. Yes, it's good, but let us also do research on unity, do research on coming together. So I wish our leaders must conduct research on United Africa. So how are we going to benefit from a United Africa? We can unite for 10 years, then after that we can come together and then trying to review. Have we achieved anything through our unit? Have we achieved something else more than in the previous? Then from there we can say maybe unity is important or it is not important. But today we are saying, we are talking only unity is important, but we are not implementing. So I think we need to implement the issue of the unity. And of course, the youth have no problem. I have listening the leader of Burkina Faso, Captain Ibrahim Traore, talking about the issue of Pan-Africanism. He said it very well that it's about our leaders who failed the Africans because the people of Africa are already integrated. They will come together, they speak together, they share things on the ground, and you find some tribes found in one country and in another country. So we are one, of course. But the problem is these borders, these administrative borders. Those are just problems, and that's why we are not implementing Pan-Africanism. So to implement Pan-Africanism, I think we need our leaders who will take a decisive decision that we have living in this unity for more than 60 years. Let us go and live in unity for 10 years. Then do researches, try to find solutions on some challenges together. I hope from there we can solve many challenges. And that's why one day I was asking, do you think the country of Democratic Republic of Congo need to go to the IMF and take loans? Yeah, maybe some of them say yes, some of them say no. But for me, I think there's no need for the country such as Democratic Republic of Congo to go to the IMF and take a loan, because we know that big companies such as Apple is the one who is using minerals from Democratic Republic of Congo. How much you spend to buy one iPhone? You see, Apple laptop. You can see that a lot of money we spend, we Africans, to buy those accessories. But those resources are coming from us. So why don't we invest and put things well on the ground? And of course, that's why I've been telling the Congolese, my dear friends in the Congolese, brothers and sisters in Congo, that Congo will be at peace the day Congolese will decide to come together. Otherwise, if the Congolese think that the US, the France, or Belgium are the ones who are responsible to bring peace in DRC, they are lying themselves. So Africans, we need to work together, but we need also to have vision. To my dear brothers and sisters in Democratic Republic of Congo, come together with your brothers and sisters in DRC, come together with your brothers and sisters in Angola, in Zambia, in Tanzania, in Burundi, wherever. Let us come together. Let us join our force, because this battle is not simple. We have seen some of our leaders lost their lives in this battle. You see, we have lost many of our heroes in this battle. So we need to be careful, and we need to understand the enemy and the reason why the enemy is on our doors. But all in all, those are just my thinking, but the aim is to share what the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has said about the issue of the battle on value addition. But all in all of us, we have now understood why some countries are facing challenges to value addition. So if you are a puppet, you cannot add value, because those who controlling you will not allow you to do so. And that's why you see there's some sabotage and some destabilization in this continent. Why? Because those who want our resources want the stream of supply chain of raw materials to continue. When you try to cut off, they come after you. And that's what happened to many leaders in the continent of Africa. So all of us, we need to join our hands to come together to support our leaders, to support our people in the continent of Africa. Our leaders cannot do themselves. It needs all of us. It needs all of us, the people of Africa. So sometimes the problem is not our leaders. The problem is we who have been leading. We the followers, we are also the problems. So we don't contribute better to our leaders. We don't advise them. We don't tell them good stories. Always we are trying to follow what the mainstream media are telling us. But all in all, we are with our leaders. We support them. We need to join hands and to support them to make sure that we are going to succeed in this battle. As the President of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, said, let us go and add value to our resources. Thank you.